Hello and welcome back to the final 9 holes of the 2022 Jonesboro Open presented by Play It Again Sports and powered by Prodigy. We've got a tight race and it's JomezPro, Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, and Paul Ulibarri.
Let's look at that front 9. Calvin Heimburg shooting a 3 under. McBeth in a much different way also shooting 3 under. That 1 stroke deficit stays the same with those two, but Kevin Jones has worked his way up, and he is just 1 back. Gannon Burr from 4th card, 6 under on the front 9. He's just 1 back as well, but these guys have plenty more holes than Gannon, so Gannon has to do something pretty special from 4th card to give these guys a run for this championship. Otherwise, it's looking pretty safe that we're going to have a leader from this card.
Hole 10, par 3, 360 feet. You're going to want to throw something that drifts from left to right, hits the hillside, does a little anti-skip up there, miss the log. I think that's going to be the play for all of these guys, with the exception of maybe a sidearm from Kevin.
Yeah, I think Kevin would like that forehand, but boy.
Doesn't this just feel like a shot Calvin could throw 15 times in a row? I just feel like this shot is just so stock for the way those eagles fly for him.
Here's a crazy thought.
So
I think he could
simple,
throw that shot stock on every hole on the planet and beat us. You know, just that off the tee.
That's working, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
On any hole
down
ever.
the fairway, 400 feet. It's not hitting many trees. That's kind of disc golf in a nutshell.
Wow, McBeth bringing the heat.
Whoa.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow. Ace run.
That would have been cool.
I mean, he hit the base on 5. He hit the base on 8. Almost picks off the... This is like an impossible backhand ace, but not really impossible.
No,
but
it's
just
not impossible. But
certainly not impossible. But like it's like one of those ones that's just
look
insane.
At that beauty.
Okay, that's some cool pro. I would say backspin. It kind of did a little backspin just towards spin.
I love towards spin.
It's a new one.
Does it get low enough?
Here's an ace run as well.
It's through. Yes, it is.
Wow, these guys must be on the lead card. That was incredible. Paul's got to be at least 60. Maybe not quite.
Not quite, no. 45. Oh, my gosh. Look at the wind playing tricks on that. I mean, we see Paul certainly miss putts from that range. Everyone misses putts from that range, but...
Don't be naughty.
Oh, man.
Cruel. We've seen some bad rollaways so far this round. Oh, that is such a good par save. That is so hard to keep your mind in it after that slow roll.
Especially with the tournament slipping away.
Yep.
You know, like it's an easy time to kind of hang your head. That was really impressive.
Kevin Jones, he gets the 20 under, momentarily tied for the lead, but Calvin just has just a tap in left for his birdie. So the lead will be 2 on Paul, but only 1 on Kevin. We touched on the weather a little bit on the front 9, certainly about how the gusts were heavier today and more than any other day, and looked like Paul really had a bad timing to step up to his putt because that wind was terribly difficult to read.
Looking at the par 4 11th, 560 feet. You got to get through the gap early and then fade left. You don't really want to throw this one super far. You're going to pinch off your own angle back into the basket. So soft hyzer and then a big high forehand or turnover. Forehand, I think, has a big advantage on the windy day. This is probably fairway driver, Firebird, I think.
And that's really all you're looking to do. Just get enough around the corner where it's a pretty stock forehand for anyone who goes to the forehand with any regularity. What? Kevin is going...
Sky play.
So good.
Oh my goodness.
That is way up.
Never seen one quite that far. And look at him, Kevin, going a very Kevin play, the high flip up to just maximize that glide in turn. Oh my goodness, that was. I mean, the only reason it could be an advantage is Kevin might be able to see the pin.
Yeah.
He might be able to throw one in.
I think it's a big advantage because that gap's huge up there. I think he's throwing it over that tree on the right. And then kind of taking those first 2 initial trees out. But that, for the viewers, that's 500 feet of power hyzer.
Yeah. You don't just go out there and just pitch a hyzer around the corner that high unless you got the goods.
Yeah, the stuff.
The stuff, as they say. Alden going for that backhand and hyzer. This is looking so good.
It doesn't look like much wind at the moment. Really well thrown.
What a week for Alden this has been. This has been so great to watch him. Alvin getting about what you get when your disc lands on this hole, which is nothing.
Guessing Paul's going to be basket hunting.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh, yeah. Good bid.
Let's see, Kevin. Doesn't quite have... he does have jump putt.
He's jumping.
I was going to say doesn't quite have jump putt, but I was wrong. Wow.
I haven't seen anyone jump up their approach on 11 for the birdie. That's remarkable.
I bet you after he throws that... Oh, no. A little bit low.
Door opens for Kevin to tie him.
But Paul and Calvin are probably like, well, maybe next year I might have to, because that was so easy.
Right.
Now, when you see somebody do something that good, you always think like, well, I think maybe I might need to try that.
This is one where you start getting cute and you can lose strokes quick. This is a whole 48% of the field is birdieing. You know, no one's taking that eagle, but maybe at some point, if people do really try to attack that high line, you might get a couple throw-ins, but you just cannot deal with a par here, especially for Calvin in this situation, leading the event. You got to knock down the easy ones, and this was the 4th easiest hole in the day.
Hole 12, par 4, 655. These guys aren't going to have a problem clearing the out-of-bounds creek right there, I don't think. The only thing that could come into play is that tree on the left. If they early release it, they might be able to hit that thing. Basket's kind of perched up there on a very steep slope, so upshots are going to be tough.
I think this might be the first time that Kevin has been tied with the lead. I don't know early on if he was tied for the lead.
We had a four-way tie.
Four-way tie.
Oh, that's right. Like on a hole 6.
But still.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Is this going to swing? Barely.
Oh, look at that fight through. That thing had so much fight in it.
Even one more foot to the right, and that's going to be out of bounds and in a disaster spot, too.
I like this play for Alden. Getting out way to the left allows him to put the brakes on with a nice pace with the Anheuser backhand approach. Forehand predominant players or people who are a little more comfortable going with that shot want to go just straight and far, but the backhand predominant players have a better angle out to the left. Great drive from Calvin.
This kid is so good.
Such a great shot. That's totally blind.
What I love about what he's done at this tournament is he's turned a total power course into a finesse woodsy course of just throwing beeline straight shots, Anheisers into the green, and just done it with such complete control.
So we've got 2 nearing bullseye. Let's see if Calvin can make it 3 for 3.
I mean, the shot Calvin's throwing compared to the shot that Alden's throwing are complete opposite ends of the spectrum as far as difficulty.
And Kevin's needs. Oh no! I was gonna say it needs to slow down. He has no idea that was in for a while.
Well, how would he? I think all he's thinking is I threw it too hard.
Yeah, of course he is.
That's perfect on the stripe.
Oh, Kevin Jones has now outright taken the lead with an eagle blind throw-in.
What?
That had to be 170, 180 feet.
I don't even think he could see the flag stick.
No, I don't think so.
What a time for a throw-in. As the other three players are essentially bullseye and closer.
What is that? A galaxy frame? Is that what you said?
Yeah, a galaxy frame. Yeah, the star frame is everyone birdies it. Galaxy is one better than perfect, and universe frame for all eagles.
All eagles?
That's what I call if the whole card gets
Maybe
like
on
hole 16. Yeah, hole 16 can all be eagle.
All right, let's see it. I would like to.
Universal frame is what I like to call it.
I would like to hear you call it.
I would
later
love
today.
to. Exactly. Wow. Kevin Jones with the lead now. Calvin goes into the hole tied for the lead, takes a birdie, is no longer in the lead.
I like how nobody knew. And then somebody up there was just like, it's in. And then everybody went, yeah.
The crowd didn't even react. I mean, like, they didn't even clap. That's crazy. Wow.
That's a nice.
Sit down for him.
It was a nice answer till the back roll away there.
Looked like a good skip, and then the roll was not good.
That might be too wide. Oh, he does get past that.
What?
No bounce, though.
Thing was shot out of the air. That looked like a good move from McBeth, but caught something really firm there once it hit the ground.
Perfect throw, I feel like, for him. With the spin he puts on it, that didn't hyzer, though.
Alden goes inside and still is too wide right.
It was just too flat.
Yeah, and too flippy of a disc, I think.
So Calvin going inside, turnover. Wow.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people
What a
playing
shot.
that, and it worked out a lot of times for the people that I saw.
It is a pretty sketchy line when you're standing there on the tee, but these accurate players are hitting that line, making it look so easy.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, I never had the courage to go up there. I just decided to throw it where Alden is.
Okay. Kev. Full layout. You know, 2 under from 12 and 13 is a pretty good score.
Some would say perfect.
Calvin, that putt was perfect, and now he is tied once again at the top.
I've noticed these guys like to get a lot of green.
A lot of birdies they seem to want to get, and regularly do.
Mm-hmm.
I think this next hole is going to tell us a lot about who's going to win this tournament.
Mm-hmm. This is the one where dreams can be made, and they can certainly be broken.
I think this hole and 18, far and away, the hardest 2 holes remaining. And when you want to win at the elite level, the way you do that is by birdieing really, really hard holes, because you're going to see, what is it, the galaxy frame? If the hole gets a little bit easy, you're looking for a galaxy frame, I'm told. So I think a hole like this and a hole like 18, a chance for separation.
Well, surprisingly, this is the hardest hole in the course. It has been 18 far and away. But
is that too low?
Look at that thing getting pounded by the wind. That is going to be out of bounds on the short side of the creek for Calvin. Not an easy up and down for the bogey. Big opportunity for Paul, for Kevin, for the whole field. Kevin's worried about that, but just clears.
And actually scoots up there in circle 2.
And that'll show you, like, a couple of inches in height is the difference.
And a couple of seconds of time. You know, who knows,
Yeah.
the same wind gusts
Yeah.
Calvin throws in the reverse situation. Maybe Kevin's out of bounds and Calvin's putting for birdie.
Yeah, so on a day like this, I mean, with the downhill, it's just when do you get that little lift? When do you get that little drop? It can be really tricky.
And even Kevin said, I did it too. Like, he was like, that very well could go out of bounds.
Meanwhile, Paul's drive doesn't get any turn, no drop, just goes way left. And it's not always the easiest par save from out left. This approach is usually in the 230 to 250 range. Calvin dials up a beaut. A great save for the bogey. Let's see how costly that becomes for him, though.
Good.
Yep. Saw that high foliage. I thought bad things were fixing to happen, but Paul going to be pretty safe par range.
Good upshot there. That can be tricky, that little skip shot.
Kevin with a low ceiling putt from about 56. Oh my gosh. What a time for Kevin to make a sick putt.
To go too clear.
What a putt. Line drive laser beam. Wow.
That is a huge swing. Big advantage to Kevin.
15 and 16 are two of the three easiest holes in the course. Hard to get much stroke separation on those two. I feel like Kevin, if he's able to control himself through 17 and 18, he holds the fate of this event right now in his hands.
Long time ago, great player. I asked him, how do you win tournaments? And he told me, timely putting. He said, timely putting is the number one thing. And let's see if that was on time.
It certainly was timely.
Who was that player, Paul, if you don't mind my asking?
Dan Ginley.
One of the first touring players in the sport of disc golf.
Great putter.
Kevin, how does he respond? Not well.
Oh.
Not well.
Oh, no.
That is not what you're looking for on 15, folks. As you can see, that is well short. 2.36 average. I mean, that is astronomically low on this hole.
How did it get that much lower on the windy day?
I don't quite understand. 68% birdie.
Wow. That is really surprising.
Right?
Alden hitting speed into the hill and collecting right by the bullseye. That's going to be a birdie.
And he's just not bogeying still.
And he's going to move to 20 under. I mean, crazier things could happen.
Yeah.
If he reverses the fade on 18 and eagle 16 and birdie 17, you know.
Well, Matt's not in good position there deep for Calvin. See if Kevin can time another one.
Wow.
No
Folks,
way.
Kevin Jonesboro might be here to stay.
I mean, that is timely.
Unreal.
Wow.
2 in a row.
On elevated baskets in this wind.
And 175-foot throw-in for eagle. All in the last 30 minutes.
He wasn't very far off on his little fall putt, too.
Whoa.
Let's see if this guy can time one. Yeah.
Of course he can.
That is such a tough putt from up there.
Gosh, I mean, think about what we've got coming up. The eagleable 16th, very birdieable 17th, and the super hard 18th. As we take a look at McBeth. in for birdie. What kind of number? I got to think at least 27.
To win this?
Don't you think?
I think they have to
Yeah.
get the next 3. Whoever wins has to get the next 3.
And like either eagle, 3 under.
I mean,
3
they're going to
under.
have to, if anyone wants to catch Kevin, they're going to have to go maybe more than
4
3.
under.
Yeah, 4 under
I
these
mean, if
next
Kevin
3.
eagles right now,
It's over.
it's not over.
Not
18's
over.
too hard,
Yeah, it's
but-
too over. Yeah. Quickly, Mark Chapalonis, the hole-in-one on hole 15.
Nice.
That's going to help that 2.36 average.
and he just hit a hole-in-one in Nashville on coverage or something, just like a couple weeks ago.
On fire, kind of like Paul is with the ball golf. Uli, that is.
Kevin. Not going full on this one, laying back a little bit.
Placement's so key, and Kevin is going to be stymied. I don't think he's going to have a good look for the eagle. Probably going to have to lay up from that drive. Paul, not really in a position to lay up from anywhere, but he's got to put a good drive here, and I don't
Needs a lot of left.
like it yet. I really don't like it now.
There might be a window he can try to punch through from there.
That's the
but
thing. He's so far down there
yeah,
that it's probably, 320 to clear from there?
yeah, I think so. Maybe even a little less.
Okay.
But it's going to be through gaps.
If he has a gap.
Look,
if he even
guys,
has one.
you're talking to a guy who's turned over his drive so many times in this hole. You do not want to be in those woods on the right. It's bad over there. Just take me for that
All
one.
right.
Okay?
I've laid up in there before, too, with a bad layup.
Bad layup.
I did it today.
Calvin, I like this more. This is going to be heading out to the left side of that big bunker tree. Yep. That is going to leave a hyzer approach for Calvin, and that's what you want in this wind.
Oh, no.
What did he hit?
The tree.
Oh, boy.
I think he got through it enough, maybe.
He hit the little branch hanging down low just trying to get through there, but that's a big mistake because now it's not a gimme upshot.
This
By
is
any means.
fading
Alden,
out.
the fading out part is the hopes of winning this tournament's just faded.
Yeah,
completely
gone.
out.
Totally gone. But still, plenty of time to have a great
extraordinary finish. But yeah, the title hunt's no longer.
I don't think he could do anything right now.
That's awesome.
That
Yeah,
could like
dampen the
what
confidence
he's done.
he should be able to pull from this.
Absolutely. Like he has been playing. I mean, he was in the tournament until that shot right
Yep.
there. That's very, very good.
Okay, so Kevin can go across pretty comfortably, but this is not great.
Oh, don't roll backwards.
Missed
okay.
his line,
But
circle
boy.
2 obstructed.
Who knows what kind of look he's going to have? And speaking of what kind of look they're going to have, what does Paul have? He is looking forward. Look at what he's doing to contort his body to even think about this.
It's called to the knee and then a sidearm.
Okay, that isn't just a to the knee to the sidearm. That is,
That kind of is.
oh my
Told you it was easy over there,
you
Jerm.
guys.
You tried to make it look like he was contorting his body. He went to a knee and he threw a sidearm.
A fantastic one.
You are drastically under describing the
Ooh,
level
that
of
got a little
mastery.
piece.
Nice run. No give up in this kid.
No, not at all. And it's only going to be a par.
This is contortion.
I mean, he went to a knee, he putted, all right?
Well, Kevin, 2-stroke lead over Calvin. Calvin outside the
Yeah.
circle to tie things up in just Calvin Heimburg.
On the stripe again.
I don't know, man. I don't know if there's another player who I like seeing make putts more than Calvin. When he's making them, it's fun to watch. McBeth to follow suit. I mean, that's an insane eagle, guys. You just put anyone in the field in that position So few are even going to get across the water, let alone make the edge of the circle putt in a must-make situation. He is a special human.
Nobody can contort their
Wow.
body that way. That was insane.
Wow. What is going on in this back nine?
Looking at the tee shot of 17, par 4, 660 feet. Here's what these guys are going to try to do. You've got to get some right drift off the tee shot to stay away from the out of bounds. You would love to get even with that corner to set up the straight shot down the hill that is pretty simple. But if you get out of position, birdie is gone on this hole. If you turn it too far right early, there's just really no way out of there.
I love this hole's tee shot because any nerves on this one, this is a controlled shot you have to throw off the tee. Because of that triple mando, it forces you to throw something delicate from left to right down the hill. A lot of people turn that over in the woods.
That was a really well-controlled shot from Paul. Now Calvin once again tied for the lead. This has got a lot of turn. Does it have the fade? It has a huge fade with that kick, but that is that position that you're talking about, Nate. That is...
Yeah, that maybe forehand skip, maybe forehand cut roller.
Probably a cut roller. I don't think that you can even work a backhand Anheuser from that angle.
Wow, look at this baby fade.
Just at no point was there any result other than perfect.
Yeah.
I think Calvin's was a good kick. Very good.
Very
kick.
good kick. That was heading into the woods where there was no shot, but sideways.
This is great, too. Could get a little skippy.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yep.
I'm loving watching Alden play. This is great.
Okay, it's going to be the roller.
The miss is getting it to stand up, and you go too straight. Calvin, heavy cut angle. This is great.
Hit something.
That's good.
That's
Getting
really good.
to a place where you can putt. Just go back in 2 years ago, and remember the putt he hit on this hole to beat McBeth.
I was just thinking that.
He's going to need to do it again.
Jeez.
This has been a real treat watching Alden play this week, folks.
It's a touch of delicacy right there.
Yeah.
A little early.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Okay. With that 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 stretch, 16.
This is a
Not so
huge
good.
upshot right here. With Kevin out of position and Calvin. And this needs to sit too.
Yeah, that helped.
Wow, what did he hit?
I don't know. The same thing he hit on his drive on 13. That just stopped it full steam.
Oh, just misses. And that was a guarantee.
It just seems like anything that's within range, Calvin's dropping right now. Same for Kevin. But this one's scary going downhill.
It's looking like McBeth
Wow.
is going to pull even.
Oh my gosh, a three-way tie going into the last hole. This is great. 17 feet for the tie on 17, and you knew he was going to make it. Of course he's going to make it.
Of course he's going to make it. And it's nothing but one of the hardest holes on the year. that we have left. I mean, what
Yeah.
kind of birdie percentages has this hole been putting up? Not even 10%.
It's only the third hardest hole of the day.
Really?
Yeah, I guess. 15%. 17 players.
Thinking about the likelihood
Wow.
of, I mean, these guys are not just your average player, obviously.
Right.
But wow, a birdie could win it easily right now. Hit this gap. That's the number one thing these guys have to do. Hit the gap, be in position to make some kind of play for the green, whatever that is. But there are way more places on this hole where you have nothing than there are where you have some way to get up there. You have to get right or left at the end to have a reasonable chance of reaching circle one.
I would say it's the tightest fairway we have off right away.
This is maybe a little left.
No.
No. Oh,
Nope.
Beautiful drift.
That's a Paul McBeth type drive, folks.
That's exactly where he wants to be.
Just walk up the fairway and place it there if you want next time, Paul. Just
That's gross.
so good.
He'll have 325, 350
Yeah.
hyzer.
Yep. It's an awkward hyzer.
It is.
There's a wide branch on the right side that makes you kind of flip it up a little bit or hang it out wide towards that branch that hangs over the out of bounds area before it just barely misses it if you want to park it. Calvin's seeing what Paul's done here. He knows he's got to do something big. Oh, that's also high and inside.
This is
Oh, never mind.
blasted. Destroyer, full destroyer.
4.
What the?
Oh, my word.
He reached the camera crew? What?
He's in the gap. I mean, I think he's
He's past the 250 stake.
past the 250.
Past the 250 stake.
Oh my gosh, he could jump putt it almost. 818 feet.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, big shot here for Kevin after that. He needs help.
Oh, no.
I think there's no way.
There's no
right from there.
chance.
No,
Yeah, you gotta
that's
place
5.
it into a spot and then
It's
try
gonna
to
be a
throw
throw
it.
in.
Yep.
Yeah, but there's nothing. There's no other play. I mean, it's just how close can you get your throw-in distance from?
Slipped a bit.
And
It's through. No.
not
doesn't
all
even
the way
get-
through, but he's going to be able to see the pin unobstructed.
Okay, what can Paul do? I think Calvin has the advantage.
A little bit windy. Yeah, it looks a little
Is that
low.
too low?
No, that's perfect.
Oh, yeah, it is.
That is just absolutely perfection. You can see that branch just to the left of the pin. You have to push that branch, and he does perfectly. The width,
It's
the
so,
control.
Yeah, it's so crazy how he can just take it and then now flip the pressure back on Calvin with the greatest drive he's ever seen ever.
Yeah.
And now Calvin has a very, very easy approach, but those aren't always easy when they're
Not,
for the
not with
championship.
the pressure we have here, no.
Oh, no.
And this approach given Alden the fits the last 2 rounds.
I mean, when Paul puts it so close that there's not even pressure.
Right.
You know, you can at least imagine scenarios. Calvin needs to get this thing close to try to push it to a playoff.
I like the height.
This looks good.
Sit down.
Long.
Sit down. Okay, yeah, that's like 0 energy by the time it gets to the green.
That's still not a gimme.
No.
There's going to be a lot of pressure on that putt.
Obviously, we know what we need here from Kevin. This has got to go in if he wants to be a part of the potential playoff. No, he gave it the distance. He gave it the
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't come up short.
And what a run in his home state. A
No
Prodigy-sponsored tournament.
Yep.
I mean, this would have been a really special win, and he was so close.
I mean, just a few holes ago, he had a 2-shot lead.
I
and
think
yeah.
I think for the season he's had so far, this is fantastic. He can build on this,
Yeah.
and we're going to see him on a lot more lead cards because we know when this kid gets hot, he stays hot for a very long time, months and months at a time.
and a good putt to finish. Not like it mattered much for the win, but obviously it matters for him in front of those fans that are obviously cheering him on. But Calvin Heimburg knows that this has got to find the bottom of the basket.
It's a long 18 feet.
Yes.
There it is. Another playoff coming our way.
What a finish.
And this is a long 3-footer.
Yeah. McBeth just goes 5 down in the last 4 holes. Every single bit he needed. 27 would have been enough.
That's crazy, huh?
That's surprising.
Didn't look that way.
With
Six
Kevin was at,
before they teed 16. He was at 25, right?
yeah, because Kevin was at 25. Yeah.
Wow.
So 27 would have been enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in a playoff for MPO. Teeing off first, Paul McBeth.
Hole 1.
Think back to earlier this round, McBeth put his drive inside bullseye, and Calvin had to scramble for the par.
Oh, he hates it. This is left.
How left?
Very left.
Very
Ooh,
left.
It kind of rolled back. It kind of
Okay.
rolled back. I mean,
Yeah.
He needs help.
Second to tee, Calvin Heimburg.
Oh, man. At this point, he's got to be thinking, I wish I was playing against somebody else.
You're saying Paul?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, sure. This is a shot that is designed for Calvin.
Is it flipping?
yeah.
Yep. Oh, yep.
Oh,
Yep.
good night.
Oh, yep.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's an adjustment. Calvin, 150 feet left earlier today. This is an exact roll reversal.
This is
Yeah, it is.
This is
And the
just
perfect
a
time for Calvin.
missile.
And again, just like Paul did on the last hole, it's so close you can't even dream about the guy missing the putt.
Right.
So Paul's just fire from here. I mean, I think he can see the basket unobstructed.
Oh, we saw what he did with the lean out, kneeling forehand on 16. He's going to need something like that.
Oh, man. It's a good effort.
Wow. Calvin, the player who's been on the other side of winning so many times over the last couple of seasons, he's finally going to get his big win again, and no surprise that it comes again at Jonesboro. A course that he competes well at, obviously, now the 2-time winner. That's got to be a huge sigh of relief.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2-time Play It Again Sports Jonesboro Open presented by Prodigy champion, Calvin Heimburg.
I've definitely put myself in contention really as much as almost anybody. Just really haven't been able to close it out in the final round. Today didn't even feel that great, but I was able to string them together there at the very end. And we had a 3-way tie on 18. I knew I had to birdie. I knew someone was going to birdie, and I figured might as well be me. I mean, it's a good chance that 2 of us birdie. We all know what's going to happen. There's 3 of us, and we all are going for birdie. So, yeah, it's sent a distance driver. If I would have had a lead, I might have played it a lot safer, you know, with like a fairway down to the bottom. But today, I knew I needed to send a distance driver, and I hit it right and got way up there, probably like 240 out. So yeah, I was fortunate to get into this playoff, and Yeah, park hole 1. It's the best drive I've thrown out all week, so I'm glad I saved it for now. I honestly haven't really got a win that felt like a win in a while, actually since here in 2020, at the end of 2020. Ledgestone, I mean, final round got canceled, didn't really feel like anything. Match plays, different format, doesn't really feel like anything, so it's been a while, and it feels really good to finally be back on top.
That was clutch. I mean, the drive on 18 and the drive on 1 are 2 of the best shots we saw. I mean, they're the 2 best shots we saw.
Yeah. I mean, Kevin's throwing on 12.
Yeah, but that's like almost an accident.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
that's fantastic. No, nothing, not taking anything away from that throw-in. But that drive, considering the moment, considering everything else, those are the 2 best throws of the entire tournament from the same guy, back to back, in a tie ball game.
Had to have him.
And who else to do it against but Paul McBeth? Like, that's got to feel so good. You know, I feel like when you can take down either Ricky or Paul, that's got to feel a little bit better just because you know that those guys win everything.
Yeah.
Calvin is now 2-0 in playoffs and Elite Series events. Paul's record is 3-8 in Elite Series playoffs, but he's been in 11 playoffs for the win.
Wow.
And it's only, I think, the 4th time that he didn't win following a major in his career out of 17 tries or something crazy like that. Like, McBeth wins the next tournament after majors. That's just what he does. So congratulations to Calvin. Incredible, insane action. We'll see you guys next week at the Dynamic Discs Open from Emporia, Kansas.